I'm back. It has been a little bit. I am transparent on here. This is your first time here in my little home here, my little teepee on YouTube. My name is Jasa, and my ancestors forced me to be transparent. This is how I am making my inner child and my inner teen feel safe. I am healing and making a safe space for them by being the person that I prayed for. I am protecting my inner child and my inner teen, allowing them to create and show up. And I'm going to stop worrying about how other people are going to perceive me, because that limits my inner child, my inner teen, and my spirit from living. I came here to Unchimaka, Grandmother Earth, to have a human experience. Not to spend my whole human life fighting my internal dialogue and all these projections and society within my brain. I'm also autistic ADHD, so I am beating myself up even more than the average human being. Where was my brain going? So here I am being transparent, and it is uncomfy. It is not comfy getting out of your comfort zone, but the only way you're gonna grow is to get uncomfy. And I'm not saying you need to consistently be uncomfy. That's unrealistic. I can't do it all the time. I'll get uncomfy for a certain amount of time, and I'm like, okay, ancestors, I need to go back in my cave for a little bit. This is too much. I need to breathe. And I allow myself to breathe and cry and whatever I need for however long. But if we want to grow, we do have to get uncomfortable. So here I am. I am uncomfortable, but I'm going to be transparent. And I'm going to make sure my YouTube and like all of my creations are always authentic and me just being myself, so that even one other being can feel safe in being themselves because I am showing up as myself. I don't care how uncomfortable I'll get uncomfortable every day. So that means at least one other being feels safe being who they are. Because that's why we came here. We came here to find out who we are as a human. Like a spirit or spirits in a human meat suit. We get to... Like that alone is such a gift. And of course humans, and especially colonizers, try to make it so complex. But conversation today has nothing... Well, of course... Never mind. Of course it has something to do with colonizers. Almost everything does. They are deep-rooted in almost everything. Why? Just kidding, I know why. But, okay, so... I'm autistic ADHD. I will be bouncing. I will forget what I'm talking about quite frequently. If you are down for the ride, let's go. I'm here to talk about balance. And me, that's such a journey. And okay, balancing is like masculine and feminine energy. That's something, my journey, I've had to learn how to do in different ways. And so first I had to heal both my feminine and masculine energies off through my family. On my mom's side, it's just heavy masculine, like the females, our female presenting beings tend to be more in the masculine energy. Heavy. So is my dad's side. And I've had to really break down my masculine energy. And like masculine energy is the movement, get her done type of energy that goes. And I was taught like I always had to take care of myself and everyone around me. No one's going to do it for me. I have to be the one to do it. So just always in my masculine. And that is also something we're taught too in this society that's built by colonizers, that you need to constantly be going and be in that masculine energy to see anything in return. But in reality, that's not the way the universe works. The universe is both masculine and feminine energy. You need to have a balance. And even in my culture, being Lakota, I'll find the quote and I'm going to put it in here. It'll be a separate little clip of me probably right now inserted. This is the quote, and it is by Russell Means. And it's actually a song. It's Wo Lakota by Natani Means. So if you want to check that out, it's on Spotify. Betu washte. Hello, my relatives. Today is a good day. Ake. Again. But what we do with it, of course, is up to ourselves. I want to read you something that I said, that I put down on paper. It's in regards to the matriarch of time, the universe, which controls all of life, which has a female and male balance that is prevalent throughout our sacred grandmother of the earth. This balance has to be acknowledged and become the determining factor of all of one's decisions, be it spiritual, social, healthful, or economic. Once the balance has become an integral part of one's life, all planning, research, and direct action becomes a matter of course. The goals that have been targeted become a reality on a consistent basis. Good things happen to good people. Remember, time is on our side. I love you all. That is word by word, hopefully, Russell Means. And he is also Lakota. So there's the quote. Back to the video. And we've always understood the balance of the universe, feminine, masculine energy. And that's something I really had to learn myself and break down, because we are also taught like feminine energy isn't as important as masculine, and like we don't really need it, but we do. The feminine is like the attracting. You're gonna sit back and chill and like, I don't always have to be working. I could be getting a mani-pedi right now, and I know the universe is doing its job, working with me because I'm co-creating with the universe. I got a partner, and the partner is the universe. I know they're doing their job. Today I feel like resting, and I know that's what I'm meant to do. I'm a rest. I can't always be my masculine that is off balance. So if I feel like resting today, doing some self-care and chilling, that's my feminine being like, hey, it's time to activate me a little bit. We chilling. Masculine energy is on vacation. We chilling. And you rest. And that is something that my ancestors have been trying to teach me for years. And it was so deeply engraved. And when I say this, and you're like, I'm never going to be able to reach that point where I have a balance, I was there. I would cry. I'm like, why can't I just rest? I would even be sitting trying to rest, and while I'm resting, my internal dialogue, right, to myself, how I speak to myself, I would just be putting myself down the whole time. There was no rest while I'm trying to rest. I'm just like, you're lazy. You could be doing this, this, and this. Why are you sitting here? And like all these negative things that were projected from society, and like the beings that try to follow society's rules when it comes to like that go-getter and having to constantly be going. So it took me years to be able to quiet down that voice, first of all. Like that voice was always so loud, I couldn't even rest watching a movie. And then, so breaking it down, through all that time, I was able to finally cut down like my masculine and like chill it out. Like, you know what? I deserve to rest. And I finally learned how to rest and to be present. And it took years. So if you are on that journey and right now it feels like you're never going to be able to be present or to be able to allow yourself to rest, like fully rest without your brain beating you up and all these things, you will get there. It's really one day at a time and being kind and gentle with yourself, and you will find what you need. You will find the tools that work for you. And I'm going to be sharing like all my tools I've used, but if they don't resonate and they don't work, or if they do a little bit, but you want to tweak them and change them, you do that, because we are all our own spirit or spirits. We're not going to have the same exact tools. It's not going to help every single person the same exact way. We're all our own spirit or spirits, and that's what's so cool. And you have access on here to find so many beings, and if they share like their tools and their tricks and everything they use to help them, You can kind of just go through, modify, pull what works for you, leave what doesn't. And that's what's so cool. And that's why I'm sharing mine, because if I can help in any kind of way, even if it's like my tools, ain't never going to work, so you find tools that are the opposite. Yes. Because I just want all of us to be able to flow naturally with our masculine and feminine energy, just like the universe. When that happens, we're going to be chilling. We're going to be chilling because we don't always need to be going. That this culture we've been taught of, like, you need to constantly be hustling to get anywhere, is wrong. It's wrong. You need both your masculine and your feminine. So here I am. I broke down all of that, but then I hit a point. So I started healing my feminine as my feminine energy and being able to rest and not beat myself up for it, and honoring like those times of not constantly moving and knowing that things are working out for me, even if I'm not physically doing anything in the moment, So I got that part healed, and then it was like back to healing my masculine, where I can move and create these things, both balance, and also for me it was, I would create these things for outside validation and like for others to appreciate and like approve of, like, you are good enough now. That's something I've had to really break down, is no matter what, I am worthy and I'm good enough. Even if I don't create all these dreams and projects that my spirit wants to create, I'm enough now, right now, as I am. And that's something I've really worked hard for. So with that, it was like hitting that kind of, I like hit this wall, because the wall, what always pushed me forward was outside validation. Others being proud of me and like what I can do for other people, how that makes them happy. And I've had to now like learn and do it for me. And that is one of the hardest things, because through my life I was shown and taught that like what I wanted and needed didn't matter. So what always drove me is what others wanted and needed from me, because that's what I was taught. Like how I'm going to get my love is what I can do for other people. And through my healing journey and making a safe space for my spirit, pulling all this gunk off of my spirit, I am now learning that I don't want love from other people if I have to do things for it. I want unconditional love. Like, because I'm going to love beings unconditionally for who they are, not what they can do for me or what they can give me or whatever. I'm only loving beings for like being able to experience them for who they are. So if that's how I'm going to love others, that's what I want in return. And moving like that, because I've always moved in the way of, well, I'm going to get this, this, and this done. They're going to be proud of me and be able to take care of them and all these things. They're going to love me because I can do this for them. That's not my drive anymore. My drive is I'm doing this because it makes my spirit happy. I'm doing this because I get to help these beings and that makes me happy. This is all I want. Like, I'm only doing this because it makes me happy, not because of like an outcome that can come from it or because this person's going to care for me after. I've had to break that down. I'm not doing that no more. I don't want any conditions when it comes to any kind of relationship with any being. So I really broke that down, and that took a long time. Now, this, me and you visiting right now and me creating my projects, is me healing my masculine energy. Healing it in the way of using it with unconditional love, not like for what I can get from other people. What like I'm doing is going to give them something to me. Like, I'm not doing it for outside validation. I am not creating these things to make other people happy. If they do, that is so cool. Like, that'd be amazing. But I'm doing this for me. And that is one of the most healing things, because I've lived almost my entire life for other beings. And I thought that's the only way I'm going to get love. In reality, those beings that taught me that is what they were taught. So I'm not upset. I used to be really upset. I'm like, you're an adult, you should know better. But a lot of them don't. And their age doesn't matter. Like, if you got cycles, you got pain, you got trauma, you don't even, like, consciously, a lot of times the person doesn't even consciously realize how much is affecting them, like, internally, and also the way that they treat others, because everything you feel, if we don't allow ourselves to truly feel it and release it in healthy ways, it's going to get stored within your spirit. It's going to get pushed down. And you can push it deeper and deeper and deeper. And I say this from experience, but the deeper you push it, it's gonna leak out, right? You got this pot and you got a lid on it, but it's boiling. It is boiling hot. Water is going to start coming out of it. And most of the time, the way it comes out is not the way you want it to. And from my experience, when I held my emotions down so deep and all my feelings and everything, and I didn't allow myself to feel it in times when it wanted to come up, it would come out in the ugliest ways. And I started turning into somebody that I knew my spirit wasn't. Like, I was short-tempered. I projected so heavily, and anybody, like, the way someone would show up, I immediately would put them into the way other beings would treat me, instead of asking them, hey, what do you mean by this? Or, like, for clarity on what they're saying or whatever's happening, I would just jumble them with those people, assume they're doing these malicious things, and then I would react and treat them as if they were doing those things, but they weren't. And even if they were, how would I know if I didn't communicate? Ask them, hey, what do you mean by this? You know, and that's a big thing in my journey, is learning communication, no matter how uncomfortable it is. Because if we don't communicate our true feelings and ask somebody, we're not going to know what's truly happening. And even if you communicate and you know they're not truly being honest, at least you gave them the opportunity in the space to be. And you know they're not ready for it, and that's okay. Go keep living your life, and maybe they'll come back with that space ready. But if not, you will make that space for yourself. My brain be going. I'm going to drink some water. I need some mini with Tony. Water is life. Okay, so this balancing thing is a journey. It's a journey. And I just want you to know that, like, when you start taking a lot of steps ahead and you're like, man, this is getting really easy, I am flowing, and then you feel like you fell off the staircase, like you just fell all the way down the staircase, you may have broken an ankle, your toes all crooked, you know that's broke. Be kind of gentle with yourself, because it will happen. About a month ago, I was feeling fantastic. Like, I felt so light. Those negative voices would come in, and I'm like, not today. And then they just float away in the wind as quick as they came in my brain. And I was painting, I was singing, dancing, creating all kinds of things. And then I started getting in my head, and I started being like, this is too easy. Life, like, it can't be this easy. There has to be challenges, because my whole life's been a challenge. There's no way. And my ancestors are like, oh my God, girl, we thought you learned. We thought you learned. And then, like, okay, I guess you need to learn again. And it's not supposed to be hard. It's not. If you are aligned, I mean, okay. There will be difficult times. It's not going to be easy. So I'm correcting myself there. There will be difficult times. But, like, majority of it is not supposed to be difficult. Yes, it will not be easy, because you got to, like, prove to the universe you're willing to put in the work and, like, believe in yourself no matter what comes. So, yes, it's not going to be easy. But when you're doing it, it's also supposed to be fun. And I'm so used to doing things. Like, everything I pursued, there was parts of it that didn't resonate with me, so it had all this friction with my spirit, and it was difficult. So now everything I'm doing feels so natural, and it just like lights me up. I'm like, when is like the other shoe gonna drop? Like this, it can't feel this good. And my ancestors are like, it's meant to. It's meant to. There will be difficult challenges through your life. That's a part of human life. But all of you were meant to come here and just spark up your lives with all the human things that make you happy. As long as you're not hurting other beings, y'all are meant to just live it up. And so here I am. I am living it up. I am honoring both my masculine and my feminine energy, and I'm resting when I'm called to rest. I'm chilling, take care of myself, and having fun when that is called. And I'm also creating and doing the things I want to do when I feel called. I'm just flowing. I am flowing. I am living. And I know right now, like in this world, I mean, it's been rough since colonizers have been running the show. It's rough. Please be kind and gentle with yourself. Please be kind and gentle with yourself. If you have things that light your spirit up, even the smallest things, making a cup of hot cocoa and sitting out on your porch and hearing the rain fall, like whatever lights you up, do it. Fill up your day as much as you can with those things. And we got this. We got this. We're going to navigate this human life. And we are the 7th generation. We are healing ourselves. And we're going to be walking around in our magic. Shooting our magic everywhere. Everybody's going to be full of magic. Just living our dang lives. Being beautiful spirits. It's happening. I'm living my Delulu land while also being grounded. And I'm going to live. You go live too, you beautiful spirit. And you got this. If you are learning, if you are healing your masculine and feminine energy and learning how to balance it, you got this. Take your time, be kind and gentle with yourself, and you're gonna get through it. It's gonna happen, no matter how much time it takes. Never did I think I would actually be able to be present, to like fully be present, not have my mind constantly going about what's going to happen in the future or what's happened in the past. I can just be present, and I'm not moving out of fear. I'm not moving and doing these things for other people to live for their lives. I'm doing it for me. And I hope you are living your life for you. And if you have not been, I hope you do. Because you're a warrior and you deserve to live a life that makes you happy. If people love you unconditionally, they will support you no matter what. As long as you're not hurting other living beings, they will support you. And if you don't have beings that love you unconditionally, they still have their own journey to go on and loving themselves unconditionally, you will attract beings that do. Like when you're in that energy and you're loving yourself, the energy is just going to be like shooting out into the universe. And then all those beings that are meant to find you, that will resonate and align with you and what you want out of life, they're going to be coming. They're going to feel your energy and they're going to find you. It is time to live life for you. So I'm going to go paint. I may dance in the rain. It's raining today, and that sounds really nice. We will see what occurs. All I know is I'm just going to be present. I'm going to create what is calling me in the moment. I'm not going to overthink it, and that's a big challenge for me. I'm not going to overthink it. It's not going to happen. I'm going to create. I'm going to live, and you go live. Dokshake. I'll see you later. Da-da, 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 da-da. Dokshake.